Look at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. It is a massive monument to modern football, currently housing a squad going through a multi-year rebuild after a brutally disappointing season. But if you listen to the radio call-in shows, you wouldn't know it. Take Rob, a self-proclaimed Spurs fan of 54 years, who recently called in to talkSPORT. His prediction for this season? A guaranteed first or second place finish in the Premier League. Out in the real world, a team has to consistently overpower established financial and tactical juggernauts like Manchester City and Arsenal to capture a title. The hosts pointed this out immediately. They also pressed Rob on the glaring holes in the current Spurs squad. Specifically, they noted a strict rule of football. Nobody wins a championship without a world-class, dependable goalkeeper between the posts. Rob's logic takes a sharp detour here. He flatly agrees that his team lacks a championship-caliber goalkeeper, then immediately insists they are going to win the league anyway. After 54 years of watching his club, Rob is choosing a gut feeling over the very evidence he just admitted to. It's a total rejection of data in favor of pure, distilled optimism. Rob bypassed tactical analysis entirely. He didn't cite a new pressing system or a defensive shape to defend his prediction. His argument relied completely on a subjective belief that the team would simply bond. The hosts countered this emotional stance with cold historical precedent. No team hoists that trophy without elite defensive fundamentals already in place. Historical data dictates championship teams universally possess incredibly high save percentages and clean sheet records. That threshold is non-negotiable. But when we plot Tottenham's current goalkeeper metrics onto this chart, they fall way down here, highlighting a statistical impossibility. Extreme optimism operates as a psychological blinder. It forces a fan to compartmentalize the reality of the team and completely ignore catastrophic statistical flaws. When confronted with these hard facts, Rob reached for his ultimate defense mechanism. He brought up Leicester City. Psychologists call this the availability heuristic, a cognitive bias where people base their future expectations on extreme, highly memorable past events, rather than what is actually statistically probable. In 2016, Leicester City went from narrowly escaping relegation one year to winning the entire Premier League the next. The sheer absurdity of that run broke the logical expectations of modern football fans. The euphoric reality of that specific championship created a lasting cultural memory. It proved to supporters everywhere that the impossible could actually happen. The actual mechanics behind Leicester's win relied on a once-in-a-lifetime, irreplicable streak of brilliant player recruitment. They found a striker in Jamie Vardy who went on a freakish scoring run, shattering consecutive goal records at the exact right moment. And they unearthed N'Golo Kanté, a completely unknown midfielder who suddenly became the most effective defensive engine in the world, a recruitment lightning strike. Because this one-in-a-million event happened right in front of them, it became a dangerous crutch. Fans of rebuilding clubs now use it to permanently justify their most unrealistic hopes. A few minutes later, another Spurs fan named Brad called in to demonstrate the grounded, painful reality of the situation. He admitted he was only hoping for a top 10 finish this year. The hosts agreed with Brad, detailing the actual timeline required to build a team capable of challenging for a championship. They pointed across North London to Mikel Arteta, who survived years of intense criticism to methodically overhaul Arsenal's entire identity. This timeline graphic maps out the grueling process Arsenal went through. It took 6 to 7 years of tactical shifts and massive roster turnover to see that project succeed. Rob wants to bypass that entire multi-year commitment. He expects a single transfer window and a £400 million spending spree to serve as an immediate shortcut to the top. Extreme fan optimism serves as a psychological shield. It protects supporters from facing the agonizing, years-long patience required for a real-world rebuild. Fans like Rob do not maintain this belief because the data supports it. They believe it for emotional survival. Supporting a team for 54 years without ever seeing them win a league title takes a heavy psychological toll. You have to find a reason to keep watching every weekend. It exposes the stark dichotomy of modern football. The clubs run their back offices on cold spreadsheets and deep analytics, but the sport is entirely consumed through raw emotion. The The drive to see your captain eventually lift that trophy sustains a relentless cycle of logic-defying hope. Fandom runs on the irrational madness that allows a supporter to believe in a miracle, even when the statistics say it's impossible.